Hey, fellow babies, and welcome to the show that's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It's PubChat.
no puffers here. Cocoa Puffs? Oh, dear.
Oh, how's everybody doing?
I'm all right.
Yeah? Yeah?
Glad you asked.
Yeah?
How are you?
I don't know that yet.
You.
Yeah, I don't know that yet. I'll know in about an hour. Check with me soon.
We'll do a poll.
Yeah, we'll do a poll. Yeah, that's not a racist thing either or anything like that.
Well, it can be. Yeah.
I'm just clarifying. Yeah,
we'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Oh, yeah. So I wanted to mention first, for those of you that are smokers or no smokers, especially in Canada, I don't know about in the States, but up in Canada here, the cigarette packs now are all brown. You're not allowed to brand your cigarettes anymore. There's no special text allowed for the name and everything. They're all the same text. And they have a massive health warning. And they show you this big, huge picture of a diseased lung or something. It's horrible. And now I get the idea, education to try to keep people from making a bad choice, as I'm about to do here. But if you look on the back of a liquor bottle in Canada, there's a tiny little icon, and it seems to tell me that I won't get pregnant from drinking it. And then there's one other little one that says that I won't turn into a transformer-like car if I drink it. So that's good.
That's good information.
Yeah. But why doesn't, and why doesn't have a bag of potato chips and a bottle of soda pop have, obesity warnings and stuff? I submit that. And if you go and get like cigars, they're not covered in diseased lung pictures or anything like that.
Oh, aren't they? Oh,
no, and it's because the rich get politicians like alcohol and they like cigars, but it's very politically correct to be against smoking, so they pick on cigarettes and they leave the other crap alone.
Yeah, they take all their cigarettes and put it into the silver cigarette case.
Exactly. Yeah. But there's even there's a brand in my country now, and on the filter part of the cigarette, like this part here that usually goes towards your yapper, they even have things like "cigarettes are bad" written on that now.
Cigarettes are bad.
Okay. Exactly. But yeah. It's brutal, and I mean, I think it's a bit much because there's other things in society that people are very much into all the time that do pretty much as much harm in the end,
I mean, you could probably cut down smoking drastically if you made the cigarettes, force the cigarette manufacturers to make the cigarettes look like tiny little penises.
Yeah, I'd be rolling my own, let me tell you.
Well, again.
Yeah. Speaking of which, there's a funny story. I don't know if this is funny, but it kind of is.
We'll decide.
So
we'll have a poll.
Yeah. So we got Pride stuff going on right now in Canada, LGBTQ plus community Pride stuff, right? And they just had a big Pride parade in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Great rockin' town, very cold, but it's a cool place. That's where Randy Bachman from Bachman Turner Overdrive and the Guess Who is from. And so during a big parade, a bunch of people came out and did this whole protest and blocked the parade. Now, I'm reading the news article and I'm like, oh, it's going to be some redneck assholes or something, right? No, it was an opposing LGBTQ plus group who don't like the group that organized the parade.
Splitters.
Yeah, I couldn't. That's why I said it's funny, because it was like, the Judean People's Front. No, the Romans. Oh, okay. I couldn't believe it, but they actually blockaded. Like, seriously?
That's nuts.
During Pride, do you have to do that to make your point?
But
I couldn't believe it.
They must be so proud of themselves.
Oh, yeah. And there must have been about, I don't know, 14 of them or something. Big group, you know.
That's nuts.
Yeah. They were going on about how the group that organized the big parade are promoting genocide and stuff because of the companies that they chose to be in business with as, you know,
Okay.
sponsors and providers and stuff. But
Okay.
I mean, it's corporate Canada, North America in this day and age. It's pretty much impossible to find anybody who's got a completely clean record, who's got deep enough pockets to fund the damn parade. I mean, I think when it comes to Pride Month, Pride Week, whatever, and a big parade, that's one of those moments where you should just grin and bear it and just go, well, it's good for the entire community. I just don't agree with that decision. Why do you have to do this whole, you know?
It's funny. I mean, I thought when you said they were protesting, they'd be basically saying things like, "Oh,
I know
that hat doesn't go with those shoes."
yeah. RuPaul would never allow that travesty, you know. Yeah.
What's the world do like?
Yeah, man. I was just confused by it. It just seemed like, you know, I think people are too interested in fighting a fight, no matter what it is. It just has to be on to the next one, on to the next. Calm down, relax, go out for lunch and start drinking. And when you get home, drink some more. Pass out, wake up hungover, suffer all day, and now you haven't argued with anybody for 2 days straight. Didn't it feel good?
See, the funny thing is, they I say they. That's a really wrong, bad terminology to use. But whoever they is, the group or the everyone in the community, the LGBTQ plus, yeah, they've added them all together, and now it feels like there's going to be secession. We're going to want to secede from this group. We want our own little lesbian group.
The BT's now healthy, hate the, and no, yeah. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. But you know. Yeah, but I just, you know, I mean, seriously, when it comes to education and building tolerance in society and stuff, the last thing you want to do is show that. Come on, you got to a little bit more united here, right?
Bit of solidarity.
Yeah, right. You know, even Bruce Springsteen and Bon Jovi in Jersey probably got along, right? Come on.
Yeah. It's an odd one. I can kind of see where they're coming from, but it's also like all those demonstrations in over Palestine and Gaza that were happening in universities, and a lot of that was confused because a lot of what the demonstrators were actually demonstrating against was the fact that the colleges are funded by say Jewish organizations which are pro-Israel, and they're giving a lot of money. So they're saying, "Oh yeah, can we get rid of these?" Pro-Israel support. And obviously, as you saw, it didn't really matter because, once you get a demonstration going, everybody turns up and they've got an agenda.
You lose the purity of it then. And now all of a sudden it's,
It's like we have these demonstrations in London, all the time, and no one seems to know what they're demonstrating for. It'll be like COVID.
Do you know what's going on here? No, do you? No.
Yeah, it's like, what are you shooting at? I don't know. Whatever they're shooting at. It's crazy.
Was that a pheasant? They don't wear high vis jackets. Who cares?
These are sort of the events you end up, with real sort of conspiracy nuts there and flat earthers and all kinds of people because everybody's got an agenda. They all want to say something. So but nobody actually knows what they actually want.
Yeah, exactly.
What do we want? I don't know. When do we want it? Now.
Yeah, yesterday. But yeah, so on to safer territory now.
Yeah. We're on a knife edge.
And now for something completely different.
But yeah, I didn't actually have a thing to transition to. I just thought that was probably a good moment before trip, stumble, fall. Fuck, I broke my nose again,
Yeah, but now you've done it. We've got nothing to.
Yes, I do. Have you ever wondered if they were going to do part 3 to Weekend at Bernie's, who would you get to be Bernie? Could it be Donald Trump?
Could it be Satan?
Well, I could have used that. You're not wrong there. But yeah, I found this on boingboing.net. It's a funny news site. It's pretty good. And it's they were
is it all about aeronautical issues with faulty airplanes?
Well, they the article here, I won't go into it much, but the article is Trump's life and campaign the equivalent of a Weekend at Bernie's movie now?
Don't know. I think it might be funnier.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I don't remember the second one.
Nobody does.
I know they made one.
Yeah, but I do believe that there was a government recall on all VHS copies. Yeah. It was the only movie deemed so stupid it's not funny.
It will be on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah. In 240p from an old video CD or something.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to be looking at that.
Yeah, don't do that. It's the worst thing you could do with your time, other than watch what was that mummy movie that had The Rock as the CGI thing?
Mummy.
No. The first Mummy had not The Rock. It was that other cat. Wasn't he like the Scorpion King or
Scorpion
something?
King. Yeah.
Oh, that was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Shayna knew right away. Shayna, you got a taste for bad movies? What's up with that?
I can't remember where we were technically with face replacements. CGI face replacements back then. It's quite an old movie, isn't it?
Oh yeah, if you go back and watch it now, it holds up as well as about a colander as a beer mug. It's just today it's Rabbit Pilsner. Ryan asked, what am I drinking today? Does anybody know Rabbit Pilsner?
No, you've drunk
See?
it before.
Hold on. I went away because there. See, Rabbit Pilsner. Rabbit Pilsner.
You mean you can put words together?
Yeah, I can read glyph.
What is this, a new concept? Any two random words. Rabbit, Pilsner, Rabbit, Pilsner.
I don't even think it's very common. Artichoke, garbage. Artichoke, garbage. Is it made from rabbits? No, the can has been changed over the years, but here, let me hold this up a little closer. You see the little rabbits out in the field there, right? Rabbit Pilsner. They used to be rabbits dressed up as like Indians, cowboys and Indians, native people.
Yes.
And there used to be like a little teepee in the field and the whole bit. And they're not printing those cans anymore. But they still have the rabbits out and whatnot, Yeah. They never even got in trouble for that. As far as I understand, they never got called out. As society got a little bit more awake to maybe that's not nice to everybody, they fixed it on their own, as far as I understand.
Yeah, I bet you if you go down to the reservation gift shop, they got like shitloads of animals dressed up in Native American gear.
Yeah. Brewed by furries.
Yeah. A tiger.
Yeah.
In America, in the reservation.
Yeah. But taste-wise, it's similar to in Europe, Pilsner or Quell or Kell, however you pronounce that. It's similar to like a Heineken, but less hoppy. A little bit more of what Gerald on Clarkson's farm would call a session beer.
Heineken's like cheap piss water over here.
Over here, people are really proud that they pay a lot of money for Heineken, and other people just go and get real Pilsner.
Oh, dear.
Mm. Yeah, from Czech. Yeah, Martin, you're exactly right. I love that beer. I find that to be excellent.
It is funny when you sort of like you think look back to the 70s when a lot of these brand names were always like vying for attention on adverts on TV and stuff like that. You don't see quite so many anymore, but a lot of just really shitty beer did really well just because of branding and advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Foster's did great over here, and Castlemaine 4X. They did hilarious adverts.
As soon as Crocodile Dum Dum did the ads for Foster's, it was all over North America. First time I had one of those, I was like, it's almost like a milkshake. It's very creamy, But by the time I got through 6 of them, I didn't mind it, but it wasn't never a favorite beer.
Oh, it's the amber nectar, mate.
I'm sorry, what now?
It's the amber nectar.
I don't want anybody putting their nectar in my beer. Yeah, keep that shit to yourself. So what's happened in the week to the viewers there? What's happened in the week that you thought was hilarious or, lighthearted fun, Don't
seem to be able to escape from old Trump.
The orange man cometh. The orange man screweth up. The orange man convictedeth.
Yeah, there's been some interesting backlash, but I don't see enough of it. I'm not searching for it.
Did you see the title on tonight's show? One small step for justice, one giant cock-up for orange kind.
Oh, and he's got so many more trials to do yet. Probably just warming up.
Well, I wonder if we can grab him. What's McMillan up to? Let me see if I can't grab him.
You should read out these little things.
Yeah. Well, let me see if I can't get him.
Put up the Commander McMillan backlight thing.
Yeah. We have this thing we put up, and it reflects off the clouds, and it's a old dude with his underwear on his head. I'll never forget the day he did that. I was like, all right, I had no idea you were willing to go that far for the laugh. I like it. Oh, yeah. Big props. Big props.
And you managed to take him off and nobody noticing as well.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, the sheen, right? Yeah. I think he had glossy underwear, so it kind of matched, right?
Like Velcro ones like strippers use.
Yeah, his wife gave him shit after. Don't show them the nylon, honey.
That's for special nights.
Oh. Yeah, we'll see if we can get him. Because I could read his thingamabobber, but it would be a lot better if we could just get the man himself who actually said it, because he understands it. So if anybody has questions, I'm not left just going, noodles?
Yeah, like, what do we know about politics? We're clinging on by our fingernails.
Totally.
On these subjects.
I'd have to do that thing. Yeah. And meanwhile, I'm just going, I don't know.
Did you see what Thingy said on from the Thingy party? The Watch Me Callums, and they said a silly thing. I don't know who it was, just some bloke. Yeah.
I still don't understand why politicians have to speak Latin all the time.
Is that what they said? I thought it was more like gibberish.
Yeah. All right, he's just checking with the family. I do believe we'll have McMillan in a couple of minutes here.
Yeah, it's getting getting his permission note signed. The corridor monitors out there.
And I did also get word that Greg Terry might be free after, so we might see him too. We'll see how it all
Free
goes.
after what?
I'm not sure.
Is he doing a preach around at the church?
Yeah, I mean, you know me with spelling and all, but I do believe it said hanky panky. I don't know.
Is that his church? The church?
I
of
think
Hanky
it's the
Panky?
band. It's the band. Oh, he's rehearsing. I get it. I
Oh.
get it. Yeah,
Ah. So
Yeah.
his band's called Hanky Panky.
I do believe so.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Well, that's his own fault for not showing up on time to correct me. So, I just have to try my best,
Yeah, I can just see him at the gates of heaven, and they're just going through. I'm just checking your invite. Just going through a few things here, Greg. Yep, you check out so well. I mean, I'm just looking at everything here. Everything just checks out. Just one thing here. At the bottom here. Your band, Hanky Panky.
There's this guy, Richard Dawson, and he was saying,
Yeah, we got a big red mark came up. Yeah.
So we're going to need clarification on the position, because we did think that the music was very, to the big guy, but with the name of the band, we're just going to have to go over some of the lyrical content.
There's a good job that he didn't go for the original name, Holy Spunk.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't mean excited. He's gonna flip out, man. That's funny as hell. Okay, somebody's got me translating shit here, and I got no idea what's going on. Hey, McMillan's in. Okay, hold on. Let me set up your stuff there, because I don't think anybody can hear you yet, dude. Hold on. Well, maybe not, because I'm about to get you all busy and stuff here with this. Here, 1 second here. I'm close, everybody. Hold on. We just have an issue with this video app we're doing, resetting everybody's position so it doesn't just fill automatically. But we should be good now. There we are. How's it going, buddy?
Howdy.
All right.
Dun, 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 dun. So if you were in a Christian band, Commander McMillan,
We're in a what band?
a Christian rock band.
Christian rock band.
Yeah, what would you call your Christian rock band?
Oh, a Christian rock band. What would I name it?
Because so far we got Hanky Panky and Holy Spunk.
Lightning strikes us.
Lightning strikes us.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah. Welcome to Commander McMillan's new musical outfit. What the hell am I doing here?
Yeah, exactly.
I like it.
Hell froze over. Yeah, that's what I would call it.
Well, yeah.
Oh, Lordy.
That's like going to the restaurant and finding out you don't have a reservation,
I've been there, done that.
So, Commander, we were, what the hell were we even talking about? And I was like, instead of trying to describe what he said, I should just,
doing the Trump dates.
So
on the foreseeable future of Mr. Supercriminal.
Yeah, we were talking about 1 second here. Let me get the echoey thingy on. There we go. Okay, so we were talking about how Trump's whole thing, sure, there's convictions and whatnot, but he's got so much more coming. So, and
oh yeah,
right, and then I also want to remind you about the fallout in the party as you wrapped up your thing, right? So yeah. So go ahead, buddy.
So I don't remember the specifics. I thought I sent them to you or somebody on Shills discussion board about it. But he's got 3 additional cases pending against him, all of which, according to legal experts, the evidence is far more damning and compelling than what he just faced with this one in New York. So those are almost, well, I won't say surefire, but they're better chances of conviction than this one had. And you've also got a degree of momentum going on here, so that will figure into it as well. Plus, he has an appeal pending before the Supreme Court, which, if it is ruled in his favor, then lessens the potential impact and likelihood of a conviction on one of those three cases. So he's got lots of court time coming up. And as I said in my post, lots of court time coming up means lots of time you're not spending on the campaign trail convincing the sheep that, you know, he's the best thing since a tangerine. Right. It's also, and I think this is probably even more profound of an issue, is much of the money that's being donated to the RNC is specifically directed at him, not at the general RNC fund. And so what's happening is all the money that used to be going into the general coffer, which could be applied to other down ballot candidates, or which was being contributed by conservative voters to those other down ballot candidates directly, isn't happening. So it means most of the Republican candidates are facing a shortage of campaign funds available to them for the upcoming campaign season. I'm not saying we're looking at, you know, the giant blue tidal wave is going to overwhelm them or anything. I'm just saying the logistical problems they're facing in November are going to be considerable because of all this stuff that's going on.
Let me just confirm that. So, if you are supporting, the Republican Party, and you are donating directly to the Republican Party, some of those funds are going to just disappear to go to help Trump's legal case.
To an extent, the issue is that who controls the RNC, and right now, a lot of the people that are in charge of the RNC are MAGAs, and their entire career or political careers are bound up with the cult of Trump.
And that's not a bound up that Metamucil can fix.
Exactly. So what happens is, let's say I send in $100 to the RNC, which would cause my wife to commit me to a mental institution. But regardless, if I sent them $100, under normal circumstances, i.e. pre-Trump, one could expect that perhaps somewhere between 40 to 60 of those dollars would end up going to the presidential candidate, and then the remainder would go to other down ballot candidates. Not necessarily associated with my state, but associated with places that the RNC believes are critical.
Yeah, places where they think they can help.
Right. What's happened since the change when the cult started is that now 80 to 90% of that money is all being shuffled off to the orange shit gibbon. And that leaves the poor bastards
Excuse me, that's President shit gibbon.
Ex-President orange shit gibbon. I'm sorry. But titles matter. Titles matter. Anyway, so instead of $40 to $60 going to those candidates, maybe 10 to 20 might be going to those candidates.
That's drastic, man.
Yeah,
because we're talking about real money.
Effectively, you're cutting their campaign funds in half. And in a lot of cases, those people are in places where they can't reliably count on getting a lot of direct donations from people in their states, because either they're economically depressed or there just aren't that many people to draw upon.
How much money do you think we are talking about, in general for, let's just say for like this, coming campaign?
Hundreds of millions of dollars are what get dumped into those funds in the lead up to the big presidential runs. Less in the off-cycle elections.
Yeah.
But a lot of money goes in there. Now, admittedly, it's not like the Bernie Sanders send in $20 to $25 and you get all these people contributing, you get a lot of money. in the Republican cases, typically a lot of it is from very wealthy, ultra-conservative types who give massive amounts of money.
Right. Yeah, and this is like old school Ivy League and whatnot type money, you know?
Not necessarily. It's old money.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not necessarily old family.
Bad analogy, but it's old money. Yeah, because
a perfect case in point is like the DeVos family. Remember, Betsy DeVos used to be the Secretary of Education under Trump.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now, additionally, Eric Prince, who used to run the Blackwater Private Military Corporation, it's been renamed. I don't remember what it's called now. He's part of that family.
Hanky.
Yeah, I mean, these are real whack jobs, and many of them are in extremist, ultra-Christian, nationalist type groups. So it's like, we're going to overthrow the government of the U.S. and establish a theocratic Christian government and force everybody to convert, and those that don't will go to re-education camps, and real wacko people.
Let's just make a thing right here. I myself, I got lots of religious friends and whatnot. Greg Terry, Professor Gerdes, all kinds of people.
I do too.
Yeah, there's a difference between your average person who finds religion and decides that it's for them and what we're talking about here. Let's just make sure nobody gets the wrong idea.
Yeah, but I think you can categorize a lot of it by what I would call the egos involved.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I would consider a good Christian, and italicizing that with air quotes, not because I mean it's fiction. I mean, these are the real good people who believe, and I'm fine with that. To them, religion and faith and belief are personal. They'll talk about it with you. They'll tell you the benefits that it affords them and why they think it would be useful for you to adopt it, but they're not going to jam it down your damn throat.
Exactly. And yeah, I'm not gonna
These people I'm talking about, though.
Yes,
it is conversion by the sword.
Yeah, exactly. It's the whole. Well, I'm sure we all know our history enough that I don't have to qualify that with anything more, right? But we shouldn't. Nobody should be thinking that way. There shouldn't be. You have to think the way I think. Doesn't have a place in society,
I mean, my argument or question would be, if ISIS does it and it's bad, what makes it good if these Christian nationalists do it?
Yeah. You're not wrong.
How is it different?
It's the right God.
Yeah.
My
God.
Yeah, well, and that thinking has led to the whole region in the Middle East just being horrific to each other for how long now? I mean,
And there's also an element of Gnosticism to it, which, and I'm corrupting the term, but the Gnosticism concept is that I have the secret recipe to get God to grant me access to heaven. The rest of you don't have it, but if you pay me enough, maybe I'll tell you.
Yeah. Oh,
and that kind of thing goes heavily into this. Is where you get all these televangelists of, send me $100 and I'll send you this free brochure that will tell you how to access the gates of heaven and all this other
or they're
garbage.
reading gold plates out of a hat or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's do a super chat here to Crazy Cat one of our home team moderators and researchers and stuff. The orange shit gibbon, too fucking funny.
Oh hell, I've been using that since 2016.
I love it.
Are you telling me that St. Peter is taking bribes to let some people in that you shouldn't be letting in?
I've been giving them.
Tell anybody.
I've been giving them 5% from the Shills just to make sure.
I mean, how do the Mexicans get in? Do they just climb over the wall?
Well, you have to get
only the south
a
wall.
good conversion rate of pesos to dollars. Because only dollars are accepted in heaven.
I just want to know how these Christian.
And you have to speak English without an accent.
But hold on, McMillan, because Mexican pesos are worth more than Canadian dollars at this point, I do believe. So it depends on which dollar you're talking about.
Now,
I just want to know.
you Kanakastanis are always at a disadvantage.
I just want to know if these Christian fundamentalists are having problem with their borders. You know, it'd be so funny.
Unbelievable.
Oh man. So
well, now that we've journeyed out on that limb, shall we saw it off under us?
I was just going to say
something else.
Yeah, as long as everybody's on the danger side, I'll cut this limb off the tree right now.
Ouch! That wasn't my leg.
Liz Mailer in the chat says, I'm Pastafarian. I like the idea in the spaghetti god. I don't mind that because I like good food and I love Italian food.
I'm a reformed Pastafarian. I go for macaroni, not spaghetti.
Oh, we do home baked mac and cheese in this house, but none of that. He won't have the I can't cheap out. It doesn't work.
Well, you're both wrong because I'm a curry fairy.
I want none of the ramen heresy. None of that ramen heresy.
Oh no, I just Dunk liked ramen to the point where he bought a box that was like a third the size of his living room. I do believe they're still eating from it.
Yeah, I mean, no. I don't like ramen so much that I bought it. I bought it, and now we have to like ramen.
It was one of those Temu deals where he thought he was buying a package and he got a pallet, right?
Yeah, it's like the box of like half, like 6-pack of reams of paper. It's like this huge A4 box full of nests of noodles. It's amazing.
Yeah.
We are about halfway through it. We'll get there.
Yeah.
So speaking of,
they're going to make birdhouses soon just to get through it, right?
So speaking of pallet loads of food, one of my friends, when I was living overseas, his father was notoriously cheap, and every year the military base that everybody was assigned to at that point, or in that location, would sell off excess materials in kind of a army surplus sale, if you will. And one of the things they'd sell off is expired sea rations. And this kid's dad would go in and buy pallet loads of expired sea rations. Take them home, you'd break up all the little boxes, and he had bins in the garage, and they were filled with all the different things that were in there. And that's what they ate for the whole year.
Oh, dude, that's wrong.
I mean, this kid and his brother would do anything to get invited to dinner at someone's house.
I could only imagine.
Another instance of, expired Dinty Moore beef stew or something.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, but you can take saving money a little too far.
Oh my God! Right? I mean, when you're compromising your health for a cheap meal to that degree, you're going the wrong way, right?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, some of the sea rations weren't terrible, as long as they didn't go past a certain date.
When you say sea rations, all I can think of is like expired shrimp, because I know I'm doing it wrong, but you know what I mean? I know. Yeah.
Most of the stuff in sea rations, and you have to understand, sea rations were like Korean and Vietnam era military.
Oh
rations.
My God.
Not the current MREs and such.
Yeah.
But a lot of what was in those were canned. So you had a can of stew, you had a can of veggies, you had a can of fruit salad, that kind of stuff. The weirdest one, though, was a can of bread.
Oh, yes. The canned bread.
They had those, canned bread. It was the strangest thing ever. And that was usually the first thing in the expired ones that started to turn. So it was like, no, I ain't gonna have a sandwich today. Thank you very much.
You usually use that stuff for patching holes in your mattress, you know, on your bunk.
You could. And as somebody noted in here, yeah, every C ration pack had a tiny little pack of cigarettes in it.
Mm. Oh wow!
Yeah, 4 cigarettes in this tiny little pack.
Wow.
Yeah.
It had, like, sugar, salt, pepper, dairy creamer,
so it's
coffee.
4 cigarettes. So I'm assuming that's when you're having a dinner party.
Well, they were in the ones for the.
Well, speaking
they
of
were
which,
in the ones for breakfast too.
Speaking of which, though, let me
Finish
tell
your canned scrambled eggs.
let me tell a story on that. I was like 9 years old or 10 years old, and I was at a friend's place, a local neighbor, for like a Christmas meal a couple of days before Christmas. One of those friendly gatherings of neighbors.
Yeah.
And my buddy and I are hovering near the kitchen because we're trying to steal drinks, right? And the one uncle was talking to the father of my buddy, and he says, yeah, I couldn't believe it. They put me through booking and whatnot, and I didn't even get free cigarettes this time. And I'm listening, and I'm like, I don't understand what he's talking about, right? So over time, I started listening to this guy's conversation during the evening as I was going. And what he was talking about was he had just ended up in jail for like his 3rd time. And this time he didn't get free cigarettes when they booked him. He had to buy them when he went to jail for his 3 months. Yeah.
Oh, poor buddy.
I couldn't believe it. It took me like an hour to put the information together, following this guy around stealthily at the party, being all young. And when I finally learned what I was trying to figure out, I was like, well, that's not impressive at all. Because I thought I was going to learn a cool adult thing. And all I learned was the guy's a jackass, man. That was funny,
C rations were K rations from like World War II were awful. I mean, they're just that.
What's the difference between C and
K? Shoe leather.
Why isn't it important to feed people when they actually have to like be energetic and do, like,
they did. I mean, K rations were designed specifically to give you calories.
Mm.
And the other thing, all military rations are designed to have long shelf lives, because you can't, like send them a head of lettuce because it'll have turned to mush by the time it gets the front line.
Here's a tomato. Take care of it for a month. What?
Exactly. So the idea is you have enough calories in there. And one of the reasons, if trying to survive on C rations or K rations or MREs, the number of calories in those things are like 3 times the recommended daily allowance for calories. And that's in one meal, and you can potentially be getting up to 3 of those a day. So add it all together, you're getting like 9 times the amount of caloric intake that is recommended.
So you better move or get fat, right?
You'd better be hauling that 120-pound ruck up, some mountain somewhere.
So it's a bit like McDonald's then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
except it also has the unfortunate side effects of typically giving you some really painful constipation.
Oh. So in essence, like I've got no experience with this other than watching a couple people like Starsky do one once, when they did a Russian one or whatever. But essentially, they're just tasteless power bars.
Depends. So I'll give you an example. For U.S. troops today, we have what are called the MRE. And many of our NATO allies use similar ones, although they're tailored to local tastes. So
right.
Getting an MRE for Germany, it has German type food, or if you're going for Norway, they have their food.
Right.
The stuff is in sealed packages. You'll have seen stuff like this at the store where you heat it up by dropping the package in boiling water and taking it out, ripping the top off, and then you can just eat it right out of that foil package, or you can squeeze it into a dish or something. So I'll have a couple of those. They have a little chemical heater where you just pour in water and it causes a reaction, and it'll boil that water. And you just plop the foil container into this plastic pouch with the chemical and some water, leave it sit for about 2-3 minutes, and you take it out, you got a hot meal.
I saw a guy try to do that with a travel meal, but he was trying to do it while behind the wheel, and it got really hot.
No. Yeah, they always said, pour it in, prop it in a corner, make sure it stands upright, and don't touch it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then in addition to that, they'll have other ones that you don't heat up that'll have like crackers.
Salad.
Yeah, well, not salad.
Not for tossing in a trench.
Yeah. But it'll have like crackers or peanut butter or cheese spread to put on the crackers. It'll have some sort of dessertish thing, candy bar, what have you. And honestly, MREs, they ain't nothing to write home about, but they're not bad as compared to what previous military rations were.
Yeah.
And the U.S. military, I think it's other year, not every year, but every other year, they go and conduct surveys and polls and everything to find out what meals people liked, so they continue them, what meals people did not like, so they take them out of the rotation and put in some new thing. So generally speaking, the food's not bad. In fact, the one that floored me was the vegetarian meals were actually high demand MREs because they were typically better than the ones with meat in them. So
wow. And I'm sure it's all proteined up and tofu or whatever the hell, right?
I'd love to see someone like Gordon Ramsay prepare some MREs, but for a 5-star restaurant, and just like and just dish them up, with all the pizzazz of a chef, but all these like posh people eating it. Oh, it's delicious. Gordon.
I can't remember. I know they had them in C rations. I think they had them not in every, but in some MREs. There was always a tiny bottle of Tabasco sauce.
Oh, cool.
I was going to say champagne.
Oh, you want to get there. Okay.
Yeah, but that'll open the sphincter to make sure you don't get clogged, right?
Yeah, but when we were in Somalia, because it was a multinational operation going in, people traded MREs around between the different national contingents. And the two most highly sought after, at least by Americans, were the French and the Italian one. The Italian one, because it had 2 bottles of wine, a red wine and a white wine.
Of course.
The French one would have just 1 bottle of wine, and but it was appropriate to the meal that was in the container, and a small bottle of brandy for your aperitif after the meal.
And obviously, the French one also came with candles and silver service.
The English one comes with a waiter in it to serve you.
Garçon.
No, that's Gaston. Remember from Mr. Creosote scene, right? Well, that's the house where I was born. Well, fuck you. I can do what I want. It's my son's favorite skit. He loves Eric Idle.
Yeah, I remember seeing a couple of their tasting videos on YouTube where different people are sampling MREs from different nations. And the one that I thought was interesting was people who really very limited experience of eating food outside their own national culture, tasting the Korean MRE. And they came away going, this is the best thing I've ever had in my life.
I know they have some unbelievable culinary flavors. You go over the whole Far East or Asia or whatever you want to say, and everywhere you stop, you can be freaked out by some of their choices. But if you stop thinking like a burger joint pizza person and just let them serve you good food, holy, is there some good stuff.
Chocolate
Wow.
coated cricket on a stick, sir?
Cricket on a stick.
I'm not somebody who likes everything, but I'll try.
Yeah.
My father did the whole bird's nest soup when I was young, and he did the 9 or 1,000-year-old eggs or whatever they call, where they bury them and ferment them and whatnot on business trips.
Philippine balut.
I'm sure that we could find some dishes to put in front of you, Dick, where you would quite prefer to suck some cock rather than eat the meal.
I'll tell you. I think it's Iceland that does it, but they bury a chunk of fish and let it ferment, and then it's a delicacy. And if you're not ready for it, the smell alone will bring you to. Can somebody help put my insides back in? They seem to be all over the ground. Like it's
what? Do you know what? I think they make that up for all the people who do those travelogue films.
Just for idiot tourists, right?
Yeah.
I remember someone
just bury the fish.
Yeah, I remember somebody telling me all Scottish food is designed on a dare. I'm gonna take all this crap and put it in a sheep's intestine and y'all eat it, right?
And it's delish.
Oh,
I know. I love it. But when you hear about what it is, you go,
know.
Not a chance in hell, dude.
Yeah. What should we do with this pizza? How can we improve it? I know, deep fry it.
Yeah.
In batter.
In batter.
But
Just get a deep fried in batter kebab.
But if you think about it, the whole idea of haggis and everything is just a really big hot dog or sausage.
It's a sausage that happens to be in a larger container.
Yeah. When somebody explained that to me, I was like, okay, I'll try it.
Yes, it's more herbs and spices than meat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Kind of like going for a curry.
I've had haggis several times and enjoyed it each time.
Yeah, when it's done right, it's really good. When it's done badly, it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
You can say that of almost any food.
Pretty much.
That's true. My mother was one of those people where she didn't cook you a steak. She cooked you a piece of leather that had potatoes and stuff on the side. Oh, yeah. Better safe than sorry. I don't want it to be, and so it's just cook it to death.
Yep.
Yeah. But,
Well, I lived all over the world, and I have to admit, the one place that I thought had, generally speaking, the best cuisine was Turkey.
I do an amazing, full turkey dinner. I know how to make sure it all stays.
I mean the country.
I know, but I just had to do that, right?
I had to clarify.
Yeah.
It's the only connection Dick had with that story. Was
exactly.
I've cooked turkey.
I don't think I've ever. Yeah, well, no, but I don't think I've ever had a Turkish dish, so I just had to, do that, right? But
yeah, you've been in a few Turkish baths, but less said about that. Yeah.
Well, I've had a few Turkish so-called kebabs, but they, like PJ CNET in the chat says, but I mean, it's Canada. I mean, did I really have it, or did I just have something that was called Turkish? I mean,
the North Americanized version.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true of so much that cuisine is called some sort of overseas cuisine that's served in Canada.
Go to China and try to get sweet and sour chicken balls, right? It's not going to happen,
General Tso's chicken? What the hell is that? I've
Exactly,
never heard of it.
you know. Most of what
try getting it with cheese on it.
yeah, and a strawberry on your pillow.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Lord.
But most of what we call Chinese food over here in North America is absolutely not.
Yeah,
You know.
That's because the original emigres who came over realized very quickly that if they served traditional Chinese food, it wasn't going to appeal to the mainstream audience.
Yeah.
So they Americanized everything to meet the demands of the American audience.
Yeah.
And everybody, oh, I love Chinese food.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, it's not Chinese food, dude.
I know. You know, at this point, it's funny that like Chinese families own these restaurants because they must be serving us this food going, I never ate this growing up. And you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, it's interesting is you have people who are like from China or Taiwan or something who come over here and you take them to the restaurant and they taste the stuff. This isn't Chinese, but I like it. It's good.
Yeah. I gotta say, I love the North Americanized Chinese food. I actually get it a lot, but my son does not like rice or skimpy little noodles. It's a texture thing, autism spectrum. So I only order Chinese food when he's off visiting mom or grandma or something, because if I order Chinese food, I have to order him something completely different. That's 2 delivery fees, 2 tips, the whole, it's just too much, right? You know?
I remember when my brother was at university, when, you know, it's just like fucking years ago now, and we went up to visit him to check him out at university, and he took us to an Indian restaurant. The first time any of us have been to an Indian restaurant, you know,
A real one.
A real, well, it was just in Manchester, so it was just an Indian, just this manky little Indian restaurant. And, you know, it's like, you know, my dad asked the waiter, was actually the owner, says, what do you recommend? He says, I don't know, I don't eat this shit. and then my mum tried to order a chicken chow mein.
In an Indian restaurant. That's impressive.
Yeah. I think I had the lasagna.
I'm
one
sorry,
of those countries over there.
Yeah. I'm sorry, ma'am. Wrong continent. Would you like to try again, please?
I think my dad had a steak. I had sausage and chips, or egg and chips or something. And I don't know what my mum had. It's like, it was no idea what we were doing. And of course,
that's funny.
Well, I lived overseas quite a bit in India for 4.5 years when I was a kid, and my mother learned how to cook real Indian food. And so we occasionally, you know, have Indian friends over or something, and she'd say, oh, I'm going to be serving, you know, garam masala on blah, 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 or whatever the dish is, and you could see their eyes kind of rolling back slightly in their head of, oh God, another Western attempt. And then they'd sit down and it's like, this is real Indian food. How did you do this?
Yeah. Why did you do this? we came here for a good curry.
I wanted a damn steak. I can't get that at home.
Yeah, we wanted a pot roast. And
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Interesting tale on that. I remember when we were living in Bombay, now Mumbai, and you couldn't get beef in India at the time. It was almost impossible.
No, it's because the cows are magic over there, aren't they?
Yeah. So what would happen is people at the consulate would get together and they'd buy a side of beef and have it brought in by ship from Australia. And it would arrive, and you wouldn't know when the ship would arrive or when the food would clear customs. So you just get this random phone call sometime and say, yeah, come on down to Pier 19 and pick up your side of beef. And when I say a side of beef, I mean a literal half a cow.
Yeah.
So it had not been cut up into, here's the prime rib and here's the roast. And one time the beef arrived and my parents were literally on the verge of going to a formal dinner. So they're in formal clothes. My father's got his tuxedo on. My mother's wearing an Indian sari, very elaborate everything. And the phone call comes in. And so they rush down, they get the side of beef, come home, and without changing, because, you have to get it done, get it in the freezer before it thaws out. So they're sitting there with a hand saw in his tuxedo, sawing this side of beef up. And predictably, on your side end, a side of beef that's frozen, all the little flecks of frozen fat are spattering all over you. So we had to change into a side.
You end up going out looking like you just done a murder.
Yeah, exactly. It was hilarious.
That's brilliant. I love that. I mean, if someone gave me a side of beef, I wouldn't know what to bloody do with it. Just shove it in the oven.
Yeah, it's not too hard if you've got the cookbooks. My mother was, as I said, she kind of trained as a gourmet chef in a way. So we had books that showed how to butcher a cow and that kind of stuff. So they get it out and draw lines with a magic marker on. Okay, cut here, cut here, cut here, cut here. Done.
Wow.
It was a production line affair, but it was messy as hell.
Yeah, well, explains how you got rid of all the dead bodies as well.
We don't talk about that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Somebody's talking about dessert here. Okay, so what are good desserts?
God's sake, we stop talking about food.
Okay, we'll stop talking about food. What should we talk about?
I don't know. We'll carry on talking about food until I think that's what we got to talk about.
Let's talk about Microsoft Excel.
Oh, joy. Hang on, I'm just watching the viewers go, see ya.
Well, the viewership descended from, 120 down to 2. And one of them's me.
Yeah, Dick will come back and go, what the fuck are you doing? We're talking about Microsoft Excel. Yeah, what's your favorite spreadsheet?
I know how to read them, but I can't figure out how to make them put them together. Nobody ever showed me, and it's kind of an art.
Did you see there was a guy who made a working computer processor in Excel?
Yeah.
Well, me and Dick are talking about it.
I can believe it.
Commander was wanted to go down to the conversation of Microsoft Excel, so I'm just trying to dig a way out of it to make it actually sound interesting.
we were getting bored with talking about food, so we're moving on.
I was getting hungry.
Yeah.
You're hungry now?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I'm going to have to punch out in about 20 minutes to make dinner. So,
alrighty.
Well,
what time do we got now anyway? How long have we been on? About an hour?
I
don't know.
I haven't got my speedo up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we go for an hour. Look at that.
Don't ever mention yourself in a Speedo again. I'm sorry for the visual image you just got there, everybody, but you don't know.
Yeah, I said I haven't got my speedo up.
Yeah, that's not helping.
That doesn't help.
Yeah, that's not helping.
Me budgie smugglers. What time do we have? Okay, yeah, we're an hour 5. We're not bad.
There's the third. Oh, third.
There's still room for some damage.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to happen. God damn it, I got to get my other cartridge, I think. Oh, it's terrible.
Well, you can't print anything.
You're a strange fellow, aren't you?
Just went straight over his head.
Doggies are stirring.
Okay, here we go. Much better. Sometimes everything just needs a quick reset. Well, there was I've been told in the background over on Rick the Ukrainian stream, there was a kerfuffle about the fact that I've got a picture that was done by the body painting group in Ukraine being
Right.
sent to me behalf of Silver Earth, who won it. But I've also got a Canadian flag signed by a bunch of frontline fighters in Ukraine being
Right.
sent to me by
Greg
Terry. Yeah. So some people were like, oh, well, what are you going to do with all that? Well, I've got my desk pushed pretty close to the wall. I don't have a lot of space between. Like I can turn around and I can touch it like that. So I'll push my desk a little further away and I'll have a little bit more room. The flag, which is here, is going to slide over to here. The fish tank table is going to get a little bit lower because I got a new one coming. The picture from Ukraine is going to be right here, and this shelf is moving so that I'll have a lower one that the globe here can still sit on, and this cheap piece of garbage might just go away or something. But you see, it's actually pretty simple. So I let's say I appreciate the concern, but I'm pretty sure I'm capable of figuring it out. Let's not worry about it, all right? But I know exactly what I'm doing. It's no big deal.
We could get the two flags on poles, so they're you got your Canadian flag and the signed one. Just have them either side of you, like some kind of presidential desk.
So you're going to have both flags?
No, this one's going away. Felix will
Yeah,
be very,
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay.
This one's going away because Felix, this one's supposed to be hanging outside our house, and Felix, my son, is not very happy that it's there. So this is a good thing. But I also had a discussion with Dunk here pre-show, and I really think I'm going to take the step. It's a little bit of a faff, but it'll be worth it. I'm going to build a light box for the new flag to sit in front, so it will be backlit.
That's cool.
Right? And then with the Ukraine picture hanging here, I'll have one of those slightly curved lights that illuminate it really nice. Right? So you won't see the light on my camera, but it'll illuminate the picture so it looks good behind me. Right?
I've got to say this before it goes away.
Oh, God.
Chat. Welcome to Decorating with Dick. Oh, brilliant.
Dick's eye for the lazy guy. Okay? New show coming.
Feng Shui Son.
Yeah. But as soon as I knew I had the two things coming, I already knew exactly what I was going to do. Right? You know, it's easy.
You got a super chat.
Oh, well, why don't you read it? I can't even see it yet.
Oh, okay. So this is from Papa Dutch. He sends in $5. The president of the Canadian Commission on Stolen Toilet Recovery.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to grab them shitters right back from the Ruskies.
What's the point of a Russian with a toilet when they don't have the plumbing to support it? Would you want to use a toilet that doesn't have
You put it over the outhouse to give yourself something comfortable to sit on, because those, the bench with the splinters and everything, that nice Ukrainian toilet seat to sit on, that's good stuff.
You have to shove the shit through by hand.
No, none of that.
Past the U-bend.
All you've done is prove how stupid the orcs are, because if all you needed was a comfortable place to sit, you wouldn't steal the whole fucking toilet. You would just grab the seat.
Yes, it's a prestige purchase.
Yeah. No, I've got porcelain at home.
When I was working with the Seabees, that was one of the slogans. Never forgo an opportunity to use porcelain.
We had
we were always out in the field and it was like, this is really not cool or comfortable, but porcelain, dude. Let's stop for gas here. Yeah. But we just filled up. But we need to stop for gas here.
It's like if you got them, smoke them. No, if you got porcelain shit in it,
Yeah, exactly.
We have some missed super chat shout outs and gift messages as well. So here, let me call these out because Bombi 1138 gave out 1, 2, 3 Shills memberships. And I love that because as tradition around here, the last person to be gifted a membership, you get the bar tab. Make sure you send us your name and address and stuff, and I'll get the bill sent out right to you. Did
Cool,
we
cheers.
Did we get Nerd Panic Alerts super chat in?
Doesn't matter. Do it again.
All right. He says, not not for the faint of heart or stomach, but Steve MRE 1989's MRE review channel. How he's not expired from botulism already is a mystery to me.
Yeah, because I've seen him eat some pretty ancient stuff.
You have you? Oh, why do people do that?
Here's one from the Civil War.
Yeah. Let's try this tin of pork from the 1812 Waterloo Battle.
Yeah, canned meat found from the Magellan expedition,
Exactly.
right? You know, we got a couple other here. So UTV and Ham snuck in with one for the Fun Fund. Now, anything that's for the Fun Fund, I love because I always make sure to include myself in the Fun Fund. And then we got Papa Dutch coming in again. What's funny is that even in an outhouse, they'd have to bust the bottom so it wouldn't fill up. I love it.
Yeah, because of the
Right? That's the whole thing. With an outhouse, the only thing you want is the toilet seat, not the
logistics
toilet
are just
itself.
crazy, man.
See? You know, you put 3 drunks in a room together and they're smarter than orcs by the time they go for their 5th beer, right? You know?
Well, it seems you might have someone who's just put up a member message that might disagree on that one.
Oh, we got Paul Gilbert, guitar player from Mr. Big and Racer X. Let's go! The shilliest show on the web. Love you guys. Even Dunk?
Yeah. Come on. Put him up. Put him up.
I like that.
You're slipping, Dunk. You're slipping.
My popularity rating is
Plummeting.
running low. Yeah, plummeting. Yeah, that's why I'm not a member of the GOP anymore.
Yeah, slipped out
You
the
always-
door.
It
You
wasn't
always
because I
smelled
wasn't
like a
nasty enough.
rhino.
Just horny.
Yeah, he slipped out the door before the payments went down. Okay.
Hey.
Oh,
Stupid. Come here.
yeah, there was a couple other
What do you want?
things.
Come here, silly dog.
Okay, sorry, one second, everybody. I gotta run
Entertainment.
for a minute. Hold on.
Entertainment. This is the Husky Malamute mix.
I didn't think it was a Chihuahua.
No, it's Zuko, the crazy one. We try to keep him quiet because, like any husky, when he makes noise, it's deafening.
So if I go, oh, he won't like it.
If I took my earphones off and he heard it, yeah, he'd probably respond.
He'll start singing.
Oh, yeah, if we don't answer the phone within about 2 rings, he goes crazy.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. I love it. Our dog used to be like that with the postman. You know, just like as soon as the post comes through the door, it's like always hilarious. she just hated the postman, and Dixie's a tiny little dog, and of course, you know, don't open the door sometimes the postman, and Dixie would just like run out, round his ankle. The postman would be like terrified. There's this tiny little dog.
Yeah.
Just not doing anything, just getting really excited.
Well, he's probably scared to kick it because he'd break it, right? You know? You know, yeah, McMillan's dogs would look at your dog and just go, "Well, that's not even a cat. What the hell is it?"
That's for getting in between my claws and cleaning them.
Yeah. Who put fur on that toothpick? Damn it! You know.
Yeah, silly donkey.
Hey, we got another super chat in.
Bing bong.
Boing. John Larkin, right. I have had the Pastor Greg use the word, so you can give me a cockwomble. Okay, we've got
Cockwomble.
cockwomble. Cockwomble. Cockwomble.
I use that. I use the word cockwaffle in one of my videos once, and this American guy goes, "I've never heard that before. I'm using cockwaffle all the time from now on."
Invented a new term. I like that.
Yeah. And, well, you know, necessity is the mother of invention, right? When you've called an idiot, how many times? What does it take before you come up with a new way to say it, right?
Yeah, you just start down that road.
We got another gifted membership from none other than Bombi 1138.
Oh, you know what that means? I'm going to top of my drink.
Yeah, there you go. Lord Thunder and Jesus, Commander, the puppies are looking for attention tonight.
It's feeding time at the zoo. Right now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we tried to delay it, but I warned you when we hit about 5 o'clock, I'm going to have to punch.
Is somebody slaughtering an elephant to appease them right now? Is that how it works?
Yeah, it's all sorts of exciting stuff. It's a production with 3 of them, you know.
Oh,
This guy gets these pills. This guy gets this pill. He gets this much kibble. This one only gets this much.
you gotta
hide the pills in a certain amount of soft food, and if you don't put the right soft food on it that he likes, then he won't take his pills.
Can I say this?
We need an advanced degree to feed my dogs.
Can I say this? Why do we give dogs and cats pills? Why isn't it powder we could just put on the food? Who thought giving animals pills was a good idea, you know?
Well, I could be
probably the people who make
scientifically
Velveeta cheese because it's great to wrap the pills in.
Wrap it in sliced cheese. Dogs love sliced cheese.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
He's a cheese snob and doesn't like Velveeta.
that's right. You heard that? He's a cheese snob and he won't eat Velveeta. You have to give him a better quality cheese.
I you know what? I agree with him, to be honest. I just, you know.
Well, yeah.
Velveeta's not cheese. It's like an orange colored solidified cooking oil wrapped in plastic.
Yeah, it's some sort of congealed fat with orange food color.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful. We got Papa Dutch in.
But it melts well.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's true. So Dunk has
So
a
do the Twin Towers.
Hold on. I'm trying to read a super chat, if you don't mind. Papa Dutch comes in and says, so Dunk has a cockwomble terrier?
It's a new AKC approved breed.
Yeah, you'll be seeing them doing walkies and all that stuff in the competitions real soon.
Right.
Yeah, it was really, really hard to find a womble to breed with. So
Yeah. I was going to say, I think you find them in, and then I realized anything I said at that point was going to piss somebody off, so I'll probably just leave it alone.
Wombles are famously in Wimbledon Common. You know, so that's where wombles come from.
Okay.
I think you're North American and your eyes are glazing over and you have no idea what I'm talking about. So shut up.
No, I understand jokes about rich gits with golden gates in Cheshire. A few local references like that, but I was lost on that one. Are Wombles like ball boys at Wimbledon then? They're just targets waiting to be hit? Is that how it works?
No.
To quote Wikipedia, wombles are a fictional, pointy-nosed, furry creature created by Elizabeth Beresford, which originally appeared in a series of children's books starting in 1968. They live in burrows where they aim to help the environment by collecting and recycling rubbish in creative ways.
Interesting.
So that's a womble. So if you
Yes.
have a cock womble, he's cleaning up the cock. I don't know.
Yeah, he's recycling something in interesting ways. That's just
Yeah, the cock womble is dogging down at the Wimbledon.
yeah. $20, but it's only installed 3 in the bathroom. What do we got here? Oh, look at that. We're close on time. It's probably good.
No, I can't read the tiny numbers. Well, you've got me for about another minute and a half before I have to wave bye-bye and take the big fuzz for walkies.
Oh, you said the word. It's coming now. You said it.
No, he's still guarding his food. He doesn't eat his food usually. It's all about power and control. So you put the food in front of him, and he may eat the wet food that he doesn't realize, but does realize that the pills are hidden in it. And then he sits there and, here's the bowl, and his head's like this, staring at everybody. I can't trust you. You're going to steal it from me. Nobody.
And if you just eat it, there's nothing to steal. But yeah, right. Just rather guard it anyway, right?
Yeah, it's an extended part of the alpha male contest between the two guys. No, it is. It's I can guard my food, and you can't have it, and I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Like watching a pair of 3-year-olds.
See, this is why I have fish tanks, because you just put it on the top and they all figure it out.
That's right.
It's a lot easier.
Be crazy. Alrighty, guys, it has been hilarious fun. I will talk to you later. Thanks for inviting me.
Take care, Commander. We'll see you next week, buddy. Take it easy.
See you on the 7 seas.
Yeah. Ciao.
All right. Well, that was fun. So what do we got now? We got about, 20 minutes or something. And we got about 30 minutes, I'll say. And then I have to arrange supper back here. I'm on, I think this will be the end of beer 3. So yes, I'll be ordering if you're concerned or interested.
What more beer?
That could be on the program. It's just, yeah. I'm not committing to anything, but I'm open to possibilities.
So we need to get the pizza fund running now.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So what do you guys think in the chat there? Do you guys want to see Commander McMillan join us on PubChat more often? I think he should. I believe that's a good idea.
Nah.
Heather Wiley in the chat there. Willie. I'm not
Willie,
even
Willie,
sure.
Willie?
Yeah. Wiley. Yeah. What's Felix going to have tonight? I do believe he requested like the full, I want a burger. I want some chicken, fries. Like he's an eater. He's like 6'1", right? He's freaking huge. Yeah.
That's high, not width.
Yeah. He's pretty slim. He's, sort of like Dad, little slimmer.
He's like a giraffe's neck and stomach all in one go.
Oh yeah. If he was only a vegetarian, I'd just put him outside with the trees, right? Forage, son, you'll do well. But I am not in the mood for like some kind of burger feed. So I think I'm going to do that thing where I order from one of those companies that will make a second stop for you. And I think I'm going to go for the whole chicken balls and all that. We were talking about Chinese food earlier.
You had Chinese the other night, though.
It's been like, I don't know, at least a week.
That was a few days ago.
That's not true at all.
Hmm.
No. But it's probably like 9 days or something, you know. Well, what the hell, right? You know, it's Sunday. Fuck it. You know, he gets what he wants. I get what I want. We'll watch a couple episodes of The Flash or Arrow or one of those superhero shows we watch together and have a blast. Oh, Papa Dutch just came in. Good super chat, Dutch. Cockwombles womble,
But they don't fall down.
No, he's easy. He's mixing.
Weeble
his,
wobbles. Yeah.
Yeah, he's mixing his franchises there.
Yeah, I like that though. I can appreciate that. You know, that's going to be my excuse to order extra beer with supper. Was because Papa Dutch put in a great super chat, and I have no choice now. It's beyond my control. Nothing I can do.
But I gotta say, just going back to that, you know, the whole weevils wobble, but they don't fall down. You know that. Was that necessarily a thing that children were like, you know, really concerned about with their toys? Is, you know, Mum, I really love this toy, but it keeps falling down. What I need is a toy that doesn't fall down. So can you please get to the toy companies, please, and invent a toy that doesn't fall down.
Coming from a guy from the UK that had Action Man as a toy, and all he did was fall down.
No, he didn't. Mine didn't.
He was the most useless, posable.
Mine was great. They looked great in Nazis. That was the best uniforms they had for them.
Yeah, speaking of Action Man, though, Techmoan, great YouTube channel. Check out Techmoan. He did a thing where, you know, Action Man had the little walkie-talkie box, and it would like play a few sayings and stuff, and it had the little the base where you had like, it looked like you were like the command base or whatever. He took the little plastic records out and fixed the player and played all the little sounds and everything on one of his videos. It was awesome. I mean, it was terrible, but it was awesome. You know, it was really good.
Terrible shit.
Yeah. I like that guy a lot. He did a video recently. Well, it might have been like almost a year ago now, and they did a reissue of a boombox that was like really, really badass in its day. It was the one that LJ or LL Cool J put on the cover of the record Radio.
Right.
And the reissue had fake speakers, and it was just garbage. Right. And it was hundreds of dollars because it looked like the real one. And it was junk. You got to be careful if you're one of those people like me who like retro products, because so many of them are just garbage. You know?
Lego have brought out a radio. They brought
a radio.
Yeah, it looks like a.
When like everybody's turning off FM and AM and going to digital, that's great.
Yeah, no, this got this weird thing. You can pop.
Does it have an 8-track tape player? You know,
no, you can pop your iPhone in the back of it, and the acoustics of the actual Lego radio box itself muffles the iPhone, so it sounds like a 1950s style radio.
Yeah.
It's very cool, very clever, but it's like, why? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. There's a bunch of those toys out there. Papa Dutch just came in with another super chat. I like the Garfield toys with the suction cups you could stick on the car windows.
Yes.
I love those too. There was another one where it was only half a Garfield, and he would go in your trunk and you would close the lid and you'd have half a Garfield hanging out the back, right? Yeah.
God, there was a time when there was hardly a car that didn't have one of those things in it.
Totally.
That's so funny.
And they would, if you got the cheap ones, they would be so sun faded in like 3 months that it would just be this black and white Garfield stuck to your window, you know? Yeah.
But
Or the
boy, did
ba-
they rake in. They rake it in during that period. My God.
Well, speaking of which, UTV and Ham in the chat says baby on board. Whoever put the first baby on board sign out made a freaking few bucks for sure. Oh, yeah. Everybody copied it right away, but, you know, whoever did it first.
Yeah, the funny thing was that caused a lot of problems because when fire services were going out to a major crash, and you'd see the sticker baby on board, they'd spend ages trying to root around in the back of a car trying to find said baby that half the time wasn't even in it because you just decided to put a sticker on the car.
Okay, speaking of which, in a funny way, this kind of fits, but in my town of like 30,000 people, we've had a few people that had their dogs in their Tesla cars. And where I live, it gets to be 41, 42C in the peak in August, right? And they would have their dog in a car in a Tesla, and the Tesla's big screen in the center would say, this dog is not uncomfortable. It's got AC or whatever Tesla's thing is. But none of our rural buttkin fucking cops would ever look, and they just smash the windows out of the car right away. Oh, yeah. Because some idiot called. It happens a lot, right?
Wow.
And that's the thing about the Tesla is people don't look at your dash and get all nosy and stuff. They just go, there's a dog in a car, help it. You know?
Yeah, it's sitting there calmly, just snoozing away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Then some fucker just smashes the glass.
Yeah. Exactly. Dog's like, what are you doing? You know? But it's funny, you know. I bet in like LA that doesn't happen so much because people go, oh, it's a Tesla, right? You know.
I don't know. Well, you just go, oh, it's just a dog.
Yeah. Somebody take it out to a gravel pit and shoot it.
Do it the proper way.
Yeah. God, what's that horrible bitch's name again? The chat will tell us, you know.
Nikki, was it Nikki Gnome?
Nikki 9 doors, but only at the back after dark, and then I'll
Christy Gnome, that's it, not
that's
Nikki.
it, yeah.
We haven't heard much from her recently. It's gone dark.
Yeah, she's too busy raising money to buy back all the copies of her book full of lies. Sadly, my governor, LJ Boone 1 says in the chat, my God, that's right. She's a governor. How does somebody, oh my, okay, I'm not going to go into that rant. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a beer because I'm going to stay in happy mode.
Well, you go and get a beer. It is kind of funny that, you know, that people like that become governors. And it's like, well, does that mean like just about anybody can be one? You know, is it that flipping easy to become a governor?
That's what I don't.
How do they do it?
If you're the kind of person that takes a 1-year-old dog that you're too freaking useless to train out to the gravel pit to shoot, and you think, you know what, I should tell this story because it shows people who I am. How does that person become a governor?
They should put me in charge.
Unbelievable. Life is just crazy, man. You know,
it seems to be at the minute.
Yeah, we need somebody like we need somebody to come along again who was a true leader of the people and, you know, come back to lead us to where we could be as a populace, right? I say who we need is none other than Ferris Bueller.
Oh, no, he'd be a terrible leader. No.
I want to cruise around in cool Ferraris with hot chicks. That's so Ferris Bueller, right?
Maybe you could do it with Trump if you wanted.
Are you kidding? Trump would tax me to the point where only he gets the Ferrari. And it's only, for porn star girls and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
but think of all that lovely hush money you're going to get from it.
I loved his excuse on how it's not hush money, it's an expense, a legal expense. Right? He did a whole explanation on that, and it was unbelievable to listen to. All I did was pay my lawyer to take care of something. That's a legal expense. No, you paid somebody to shut their mouth because you screwed around on your wife, you piece of trash.
Yeah, the way he can spin stuff.
Oh my God.
Is just remarkable.
Yeah. KK says, Ferris would be a great wingman, but a terrible leader. Okay, I'll give you that. So what you're saying is Cameron in 2025.
I was just thinking about Cameron. I don't think Cameron. No, he hasn't got the balls.
Yeah. I'm not electing anybody who would kick the shit out of his father's Ferrari. It's not happening.
Though Cameron was probably a changed man after that,
That's true.
But you didn't in Ferris Bueller. You didn't have that sort of thing like you have the end of movies where it would say like Cameron went on to become, governor of Florida or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that a National Lampoon tradition?
Yeah. Well, they did it in Animal House.
Yeah, and I think they did it in the Caddyshack.
Did they?
Yeah, I think at the end.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah. Whoa.
Just remember the dancing gopher.
Oh, I love that. Kenny Loggins. I'm all right. That was awesome. My son and I actually have the soundtrack to Caddyshack on vinyl. It's awesome.
Mr. Fancy Pants.
I am.
Well, I've got it on a wax cylinder by Edison. Made from his own earwax.
Yeah. Edison made mine personally.
Well, my wax cylinder is signed by Kenny Loggins.
Yeah.
He played it. He played it live and recorded it live personally as a wax cylinder recording.
Wow.
Yeah, take that.
Wow. I went to finishing school after high school, and I learned to say "wow" instead of bullshit.
They didn't finish you properly.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I was pretty drunk at the time.
When you go to schools to get finished off, that's a different thing. That's just in the toilets with the girls,
Yeah, I was just going to say that must have been a Catholic school. Papa Dutch comes in. Super chat. Ferris.
Trump?
Save Trump.
Yeah. Save Trump. Yeah. Save Trump. Yeah.
Stop the squeal.
There is an argument for this. Save Trump. Shouldn't somebody tell him that if he had a bath, it would wash off the spray tan so he could put on a new batch instead of just redoing it every time? Do you see that he's getting more and more orange, but there's always the cup lines where his eyelids are actually his own skin tone? Does he not see that? Does he not watch his own news coverage?
Thing is, maybe he's not being spray tanned. Maybe it's just like some chemical reaction that's like actually oozing out of his skin. It's seeping.
All the lawyers know they're not going to get paid, so they just stand around him and urinate him on him lightly, right?
Wrong color.
Yeah.
Oh, we got another great super chat in there.
Sorry, 1 second here. It's hard to drink and talk at the same time. John Larkin comes in with Orinoco from the Wombles, a true leader.
Yeah, I would disagree with you. Orinoco was not a great leader. He was a dreamer. He was a sleeper and a daylight believer. And no, he should have no.
Because I saw daylight. Dun, 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 dun. Now I'm a believer.
Yeah, no. Great Uncle Bulgaria was the leader. You know, that's the one. No, you got.
I know. I'm working backwards on these ones.
Oh, okay.
We've also got Papa Dutch. The trouble
Papa
with
don't preach. Go on.
Okay, hold on. I do have a mute button for you. I don't bring that kind of pornography to our show, okay?
without expectation.
Yeah. We don't want to get sued, right?
No.
By, chubby, nerdy guys. The trouble with quotes on the internet is you can never tell if they are genuine. And that was Abraham Lincoln. But there's also the quote, Papa Dutch, good call. There's also the quote by Isaac Newton himself, who said 3/4 of everything you hear on the internet is made up on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got to trust your elders, folks, right?
Yeah. 32% of statistics are made up as well.
Yeah, he's actually 67, but it depends on who you ask,
42.
right? Yeah. So yeah,
I know something to finish us off with.
Oh no! Oh God!
No. I sent you the link last night. I was watching this old BBC film called Micro Men, which was about the days of Clive
Sinclair versus what's his nuts, his protege.
Acorn, Acorn, Electron, and all that kind of stuff. Such a brilliant old film. It's great because you basically got these two comedy actors playing the roles, and Clive Sinclair is just this obnoxious, absolute tyrant. And because you look at pictures
Steve
of
Jobs, early days, right?
Yeah, no, but you look at little pictures of Clive Sinclair. He just seems like this, kind of like, sweet little businessman. But no, he was a fucking swearing fucking monster.
Tyrant. Yeah.
It's brilliant. But it's so funny watching that film when, they're all, the two of them are just like fighting constantly and squabbling to, be the biggest, manufacturer of computers in the UK. And they both all missed the mark. They're arguing in 1984, and meanwhile, the Apple gets released, and it's like blows their shit away.
Totally.
It's so sad. It's so sad. Though the British computer industry could have been huge.
Yeah, the problem with the British computer industry was Sinclair bringing out his series of computers at such bottom dollars made no room for the slightly better like Commodores and stuff. And it was great in its day when it first came out because it brought like the actual concept of a computer to the masses, but it was so limited that you were probably better off with a different system at the same time and spending the extra 90 quid or whatever, right?
Well, the funny thing was that came up in this film is that there's a period where Sinclair, they've done the 61 and the Spectrum.
Yeah.
It's all doing really well. And what the kids are using it for? Games. They're playing games.
And Clive hated the fact that his computers played games. He wouldn't even the ZX Spectrum, the rubber key Specky, that is renowned in the UK for being an amazing budget game system, and it really was. Didn't even come with fucking joystick ports because he wouldn't allow it.
No. Here's the thing. Now, ironically, Acorn at the time were, getting really pissed off that the Spectrum was getting all the games. And of course, they created the BBC Micro,
Exactly, which is a
was
monster.
an amazing piece of kit at the time.
One of the
what they
best
did-
8-bit computers of all time, by far.
Yeah. So what they did is they downgraded the BBC to the Acorn
To
Electron
the Acorn Electron, which was
to try
garbage.
to grab, which was to try to grab the games market.
Yeah, but the Acorn Electron had one completely nasty hardware issue that made it so, I think it was, if I'm trying to remember correctly, the CPU had to cycle twice for every bit of information that would go to the graphics chip, making it so much slower than even the Mugs iFull CPC 486 from what's his nuts there, Amstrad, right?
It was definitely slow against the BBC. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But I just thought it was quite funny that while Sinclair was trying to get his market away from games, because it was just doing too well.
Yeah,
Acorn,
I know.
Acorn were going in the opposite direction to try to get their market to games. Where if they could just pushed a bit further,
I know.
then that could have been a completely different operating system.
And then Clive brought out the Sinclair QL, which was supposed to be the Quantum Leap, but it wasn't compatible, so nobody gave a rat's ass because all anybody wanted out of the Sinclair systems was the games.
Well, and most of them didn't work, once they
the first QLs had the ROM as a little hack thing you had to plug into the back of the computer because it wasn't even ready, right?
Yeah, complete mess.
Yeah. What do we got here? Okay, let me look at the time.
Just such a fucking interesting part of history as far as the UK computer industry was concerned. And meanwhile in America, they just come up with the Apple Mac, the IBM PC clone system. Just blew it all out the market.
Yeah, it did, but the IBM clone sold amazing at first, especially the IBM system as well. And yet they weren't as good as some of the computers on the market, but it was IBM, right? It was kind of a joke.
It didn't matter if it wasn't as good though.
No. It was all about it was about penetration in the market. One last thing before we end this one. PJ CNET in the chat and I were talking about this, and he was talking about how with the Commodore 64s, the problem was how long it took to load the information from the tape into the computer to get to play the damn game. And unlike some of the Spectrums and stuff that had a visual thing with the screen going nuts around the borders, you couldn't even tell that your Commodore was doing anything. But in North America, the disk drives were way cheaper than they were in the UK. So by the time the Commodore 64 came out, the average North American user had the floppy disk drive, whereas in the UK, you guys were still using the tape drives a lot. We kind of transitioned from the tape drive with the Commodore VIC-20.
Yeah.
But they were like, the cost difference was astronomical. You guys had to pay way more than the Commodore 64 was just for the damn drive. And for us, they were like, half the price or something, right? Reel to reel UTV and Ham says, I actually have a reel to reel in my storage thing. I do. I love my analog audio.
Yeah, well, one day we can just talk about the disk drive wars.
Yeah.
Because that became a thing. Oh, unbelievable.
Yeah. So what do we got here? We're going on 5:30. Well, that's Pacific time. I got about 15 minutes, and then I gotta order supper for my son and stuff. Because I'm doing delivery, he's probably going to want to watch a movie up in his own zone and kind of ignore me. It kind of happens on Sundays. So we might have a hangout in the Discord. We'll get the mods to drop an invite to the Discord. but it's not guaranteed. I don't know what's going to happen, right? Just maybe. No.
You could do a movie night.
And do me a favor, fellow babies. If you run into anybody that was on Rick's stream earlier saying, oh, well, Dick has the signed flag coming, but he also has the body painting picture from Ukraine coming, and oh, he can't put that all into his system and stuff, and just tell them that
Really?
I already know what I'm doing. It's fine. There seems to be this thing that got out that I've got too much coming and I can't deal with it. Well, I know exactly what I'm doing. I've been producing shows for a couple of good years now, and I kind of know what I'm doing. It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah. You can move stuff around.
I'm shitty at fashion. I mean, look at this, but, I know what I'm doing. Yeah.
Well, we'll put that to a poll.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny that people's.
I couldn't believe that became a conversation. Like,
Yeah,
shouldn't I
people-
be involved?
Yeah, people jumping in, making decisions for you.
Yeah, that was strange, But yeah, Like here, I'll even show you. I've got this little digital control for my camera thing here. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah. See, watch this. I can zoom out as I am. I've got it zoomed in because there's no point in seeing a blank wall, right? See that? See that? See that? See? See? All right.
Hang on. Let me hang on. Let me put my goggles on. Let me have a good look.
Okay, here, we'll try this again.
Yeah,
Okay.
That looks better.
So here we go. Grover near, Grover far. Grover near. Here, look, I can bring it right in. Look at this. Here, Grover near, Grover far. Right? We've got this. No offense to anybody,
these
but
cows are small. The cows outside are far away.
Yeah. And like I say, no offense to anybody, because if it was only heartfelt, oh, but blah blah, maybe it could go to somebody else if he can't really use it. I appreciate that. I understand. But yeah, I got this. It's fine.
Yeah, I can just see it as like Maserati are just about to send me the latest supercar to me. Then people in the chat go, nah. I don't think Maserati should. He hasn't got a very good place to park. He'll have to be out on the street or something. And they'll go, no, shut up! I want the car.
Yeah.
I want the car.
Yeah, exactly, man. Oh yeah, I mean, I'd even accept a Lancia front wheel drive if I had to, just to own the badge, right?
Well, you just keep the badge.
No,
Took the rest away.
I'd proudly drive a shitty car just to have a Lancia badge on this, Well, I'm a real car guy.
Oh, Lancia made those really, really cool rally cars back in the day, didn't they?
That's it. It's all about the rally cars, right? The Strata, the
Strata,
037, Oh yeah, the Fulvia. I mean, it's just the history is so amazing.
The Volvo?
Well, that's how you saw it as a child, but yeah. If you don't know what I mean, go and check out YouTube channels Harry's Garage. He's a Brit, so it's garage. It's not garage. And
it's garage.
Yeah, but you'll understand what I mean. Oh man, Lancia were just the business. Wow. I still have a little bit of time before I have to order supper. I just broke up some really great looking grass. I'm going to roll one. So. Oh, this is, hey, we play it real around here, right? So give me 19 seconds to run to the fridge, and I will be right back.
Let's start the clock. Do, 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 do. 2, 3, 4. Count along with me. 6. 7. That was a short 19 seconds.
Actually, I think that was about 17. So it's not bad. Did anybody time that? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we were counting. We were counting. We got to about 7.
How many Mississippis did you get to?
Yeah. So we got another super duper chat from Papa Dutch. He says, that's why I collected a pair of 90 Festivas, ones with B60. What is he on about? Oh, I asked him a question. He buggers off. I don't know what you're on about. Are you on about cars or headphones or computers? What are you talking about? Was a Festiva? I don't know. I'm just waiting to see if anything in the chat comes up. No. I have no idea. Oh, Dickley Dooloo's totally buggered off. That was his 19 seconds. he went the extra.
Okay.
Festiva was a Ford car.
Yeah, Ford Festiva. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. They're
the Ford Fiesta?
No, they're really fast. No, wait a minute. What's the opposite of that? Not fast. Yeah. No, they're a good little Econobox car.
Well, but that's the same as the Fiesta in the UK.
Probably, but in honesty, the way I know Ford in America is the UK version probably has better suspension and a better gear shift and just feels better on the road. It sucks, but it's true.
I saw this video last night. These two guys taking a Model T Ford into a Ford service station to be checked out.
Probably didn't even know which one was the clutch.
It's so funny. It's so funny. There's just like literally nothing to that bloody car. So the transmission oil and the engine oil is all the same thing. There's no pump. You just like chuck it in, just hope for the best.
Yeah. Well, that's like a Lamborghini Miura. They used the same thing, man. It was a bad idea.
Ooh. Incredible.
Yeah. You don't want little bits of shit from your gearbox floating into your engine oil because you did a bad shift, but now it's trying to get through the piston rings. It's a bad idea. Nothing against Lamborghini. That was 1967, and it was a brilliant car. The Miura is the true first supercar. Don't say Gullwing Mercedes to me because it was not a supercar. It was not. The Miura is first.
Wasn't even thinking of it.
Okay. I'm just telling everybody else too, because I'm not having it. Yeah, Traverse V12. You got it, Ichabod dear. It was such a Dallara and whatnot. What they did with the Lamborghini Miura is just, Gandini. Oh, there's some hero names in that car. It's unbelievable. Bob Wallace,
Yeah, but more importantly, which cute chick was in the passenger seat? That's more important.
It depends on who Mr.
I don't want to know about the crusty old guys who invented it and designed it. I want to know about the long leg beauties that got inside it.
You would have to ask Ferruccio Lamborghini that one. He literally, when he unveiled the Lamborghini Miura to the public, or it might have been the Countach, I'm not quite sure. He walked up on stage with a beautiful model on each arm. He had an ice cream. She had a lick. He had a lick. She had a lick. He had a lick as they walked up to the car. That's who he was. He was just, he was.
I think everybody was licking everything that night.
I wouldn't doubt it, But yeah, Tractor Man had made it. I love his story. If you don't know the story behind Lamborghini was a tractor manufacturer in Italy, and he had a Ferrari, and he didn't like the Ferrari very much because the clutch was shitty. So he went back to Enzo Ferrari, old man Ferrari himself, and he said, "Hey, your car kind of sucks. I'd like a better clutch." And Enzo was just, the most horrid dude, right? So he told him off. And Lamborghini was like, "Yeah, screw you. I'll make really good cars and put you out of business, bitch." Yeah. And same with Monteverdi did the same thing. He decided to make cars because Enzo was an asshole. And there was one other guy as well. Literally, we have an amazing collection of car companies in the world right now because people didn't like Enzo Ferrari. It's really true.
Don't Lamborghini still make tractors? Didn't Clarkson buy one?
Yep, they still do. They still do. And Lamborghini, the car company, Ferruccio Lamborghini, he got rid of that within like 8 years or 10 years because it wasn't really working out. But he stayed with the tractor company. So when you buy a Lamborghini tractor right now, it's actually a more authentic Lamborghini than the cars are, to be true.
It'd be funny though, going down to the car showroom or just coming back and saying, I've got the car of the future. Is this beautiful? Is this a beautiful 4-door saloon family car? Yeah, it is a John Deere. Yeah, but
yeah. Oh, we got a couple of super chat shout outs. So John Larkin comes in. And he says, White Widow, excellent smoke, allegedly. I can tell you that right now. It's very good. That's exactly what's in my pouch. And then we got Paul Gilbert coming in with a super chat. 420 moment with a blueberry muffin. Nice. I like it very much. I think people are finding the theme of the show and playing along very nicely.
I feel like I'm left out. I'm gonna have to get a little bag of heroin just to catch up now.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's following the plan here. No. Oh, you know what? I was gonna say I forgot to get my beer to refill my glass, but I didn't. I just forgot to refill the glass. So here we go. Wait for it. Oh, yeah. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? I'm not drinking pop. I don't drink soda pop. I can't understand that. It's awful. Even with alcohol in it, it sucks. I've tried.
Yeah, but you're a strange man.
Well, I've tried putting 7-Up, Sprite, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and Dr. Pepper in Scotch, and it doesn't work. I just rather have the Scotch. Is that just me, or?
No. That's I'm like that as far as decent whiskey is concerned. You don't contaminate it.
No, it's terrible. You shouldn't do that. Yeah.
It's like when you get the right, when you get the really posh whiskies out, the single malts, and people go, "Can I have some lemonade in that?" No, you fucking can't. I'll give you the shitty Bell's whiskey for that.
And you end up with this sugar hangover from the pop and the juice and what. It's terrible. I'd rather just have the alcohol.
I don't think I got to the stage where I'm had that kind of hangover because I don't drink that kind of shit.
I was brought up to think rum and Coke was a good drink, and I ended up drinking 2 liters of pop, but it's the only time I ever drink pop because I don't drink pop, right? And I'd wake up in the morning just with this ridiculous feeling, and it's the sugar hangover because I'm not a sugar person, you know?
See, Aussie T in the chat says single malt whiskey does not need any additives. Would you include ice on that one, Aussie T?
Okay, hold on. There's an argument to be made for single malt to be put over an ice cube because it wakes it up, or instead to just have a slight splash of water, and I only mean a tiny bit, to wake it up before you go.
Some do require water. I did have a malt whiskey that was sent to me, which was like 80% proof or something. It's like you have to mix it with water. Although neat, it was quite incredible. blew your head off. But there's some that's a strange thing about malt whiskies is sometimes it's like you're supposed to add water to it. It's like
We got a great shout out that I'm going to do here from Papa Dutch, and he says rum mixes with everything. I'll say I agree, because as I got older, I realized that to drink rum properly, you put in 50% fruit, 50% rum, and you blend it up and you serve it, and everybody goes, wow, you're amazing.
Well,
that's how it's done.
They could put rum in ice cream. Do you know what? I made a sweet and sour sauce the other night. But beautiful sweet and sour sauce. I even put some fucking rum in that as well.
No, I'm doing this because it won't freeze when I put it in the freezer, right? You know?
No, it got et. There was nothing left to freeze. It just got
Does anybody have a straw the size of a vacuum hose?
So Papa Dutch who comes in with another super chat says try a shot or two of rum in black coffee. Yeah, well, I mean, you can put any alcohol in coffee and make it better. You know.
Yeah, but for me,
Ouzo coffee was a good one.
For me, coffee is Bailey's, and I do that every Christmas holiday. But I get nervous because I start buying it more and more, and at the end of January, I'm still buying Bailey's for my coffee, right? But
having it for breakfast.
Yeah. But there's a good shout there because I've never tried rum in coffee, but I don't drink coffee without putting cream in it. And wouldn't that just do that whole...
No, it won't curdle it.
Yeah.
No.
Super chat Matt, who just graduated high school, in our chat there. A seriously long, crazy username. It's June. Says, call Papa Dutch the king of super chats. I dare ya. Dare accepted.
Papa Dutch, you
are the king of super chats. Done.
So far.
That's true. That's true. Because Stephen Walsh sometimes comes in and just lays waste to the super chats and a few other folks, right? Oh, wow.
Oh, you've not seen him for a while. Hope he's all right.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I do hope he's all right. A double dog dare ya, says Lickety Split. Nice. I feel like I'm part of the Little Rascals now, right? You know, is this our gang? Is that what we're doing?
You part of the Little Rascals. Yeah, the 7 foot tall one at the back there. With all the
yeah. The giraffe looking idiot with the scruff, you know.
Yeah, the one with the bottom of his trousers around his fucking ankles. He's just growing spurt. It's just too much.
Yeah. And see, okay, Papa Dutch calls me out here with a super chat, and it's he goes, I see that. You like a drop of coffee in your Baileys, okay? I stand corrected because I will like when I do coffee and Baileys, I pour so much into the coffee that it has to be rewarmed up, right? It's cold now. Oh, yeah. But that's how it's done, isn't it? I mean, otherwise, why does Bailey's exist? Do people drink Bailey's without like pouring it into coffee and stuff?
No, Sam. Well, yeah, no, Bailey's and coffees are really nice. But no, Sam, my daughter's boyfriend, who is from Slovakia, seems to he really likes his White Russians, which is vodka, milk, and Kahlua.
They're ammunition targets, aren't they?
Which is a coffee based liqueur. So It basically comes up as another version of Bailey's, just from the different side of the ocean.
Wrong side. No.
Yeah, it's Daisy. It's good stuff.
Oh. I have to blast upstairs in a minute because I forgot to ask Excitey Pants there what he actually wanted for supper.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll do that in a minute. We got John Larkin in the chat again with another super chat here. There's a war going on between Papa Dutch and John Larkin. The only thing to go into whiskey is poutine.
What?
I'm not sure. I think that's is that a spell check thing or something? I don't even,
Does it mean protein? Bit of spunk?
I'm concerned this might be a glory hole reference. John, where are you going with this, brother?
There's a war. There's a war going on. There's a war going on, and it's right here.
See a beauty, he'll be in the back going, oh dear God, somebody shut him up soon. He's gonna really fuck this up.
I'm trying to think what that song is. It's like there's a war going on right here. I don't know, can't remember.
Yeah, there's a party going on right here, right? That's what you did, right? That's what it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, wrong words, yeah.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Let's celebrate. It took me a minute. I was like, there's a melody in there, but it's mixed into bad notes. What is he doing?
Was that Lionel Richie?
No, that's
not Jackson 5.
Celebrate. Cool in the Gang. Thank you, Martin. Cool in the Gang. Thank you. Yep.
See, it's a team effort around here, you see?
Exactly. This is why you always make sure that your latency from your OBS into the YouTube stream is as short as possible, because your viewers can be in the live chat to fix your fuck ups, right?
If only we could turn that around so the people in the chat can make sure we don't even have the fuck ups to start with, and they're well informed before we even start talking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when it comes to us and news, the average person's in the chat going, no, dummy, it's actually this. Yeah. Well,
hey, we never said we were accurate when we were reporting the news.
No. I feel like that guy, that kid in school, and I didn't get the gold or the silver or the bronze patch. I got that participation pin. Thanks for coming out, right? That's, my lot in life.
Yeah, I remember getting a book. Yeah, I was presented a book at school.
What was it?
Dinosaurs.
Dr. Seuss's ABCs?
I don't know. Of course, I told you the other day I was terrible at reading, so I never read it. I don't know what it was. I did look at the pictures of something to do with dinosaurs, I think. But I think I just got it just out of just like attendance or something like that. Oh, we got to give this kid something. What could?
Yeah.
What was he done that's so amazing? Fuck all. Is he turned up? Yeah, he's turned up. Yeah, that's enough. Just do it for that.
Aussie T in the chat says, even with the viewers' help, I still don't know what we're talking about half the time. Yeah, dude, step in line, because seriously, I'm in that category as well. I never know.
If you know what we're talking about, we're doing something wrong.
It wouldn't be a pub chat if there was a structure. All right. It's like a human zoo, idiots on display. Right?
Yeah, it takes hours to write the scripts for these shows to make it look like we don't know what we're talking about.
And you have to do it in invisible disappearing ink so that, somebody, right? Yeah. Getting that stuff now, you have to go and find old comic books from the 70s so you can clip out the little order thing in the back, It's tough. People don't understand the kind of work we put in to be shitty. Right? They have no idea how much effort it takes to suck.
No, we put a lot of effort into this. To get to this level of suckitude.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's got to the point where my neighbors hate me, and I still don't think I've truly got there.
Got some more super chats there, Dickie.
Is there? Okay. Oh, look at this. We've got none other than John. John. Did I say his name was John? Larkin. Coming in with none other than Irish moonshine. Now, do they brew that shit like strong? Because I know if you get down into the NASCAR area of America, you can get some moonshine that will like literally whiten and curl your short and curlies like you've never seen before. Wow,
those cars are running on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. As I understand it, you're not even allowed to compete in the Indy 500 unless you can prove that your fuel was privately brewed.
No dinosaurs were harmed in the making of this fuel.
Yeah, exactly. Right. This is all corn fuel,
The war is on. The war is on. Paul Gilbert's come back.
Okay. Paul Gilbert comes in. Here. And what does it do? Paul Gilbert, one of the greatest guitar players of our time, says, my ex-sisters-in-law's brother, Icken, Krasnodar makes Sagamon at 85% alcohol from fermented peas. I mean, hold on a second here. I am literally going to have to sober up, wake up, and reread this just so I can get it
my ex-sister-in-law's brother, Eric, in Krasnodar, makes Sagamon 80%. Yeah. I got past the bit of my sister-in-law's Eric.
Yeah. My brother's sister's boyfriend's cousin's uncle. But so somebody's making Sagamon. Now, is that like a true moonshine? Is that what we're talking about, Paul Gilbert, here? Like the kind of thing that can blind you if you don't consume it properly?
No, it wasn't
right?
wasn't Sagamon in Lord of the Rings?
I don't know.
Yeah. Don't know why I ask you that. You fucking don't know.
I spent that whole movie rooting for the little frog guy that was all pale and stuff, and it turns out he lost. I mean, I don't know.
The frog guy. What were you watching?
Gollum. Yeah. I thought Gollum was the unsung hero in that movie. It just turns out I was wrong. No.
Wouldn't waste me time on that shit.
Yeah. I read it once, saw the movie, woke up, there was food all over it was terrible. No.
I remember watching the Hobbit, the animated version.
Why did they? Oh, okay, that was good.
Yeah, except it wasn't because they ran out of money, and so the rest of the movies is like stills talking about what the rest of the movie's going to be. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it was so good up to a point. They go, oh no, we've run out of money.
Or what about the rotoscoped Lord of the Rings, where they acted it out but then animated it?
That's the same one, isn't it?
No, there's two different versions of that. Yeah. I do have the rotoscope Lord of the Rings movie on an old hard drive. I'll put it into the server and load it up.
I'm sure that's the one I'm talking about.
No, I don't think so, because the old Hobbit movie is very different. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. Gotta be. What are we at here? Oh, okay. Oh shit. We're going on 6 o'clock. So
it's dinner time.
Yeah, we've got to wrap this one into the bag and call it the balloon knot that you should not pucker up to, because maybe some balloons aren't meant to be blown up. Is that good?
All
Consumer
balloon
advice?
knots. All balloon knots deserve a little kissy. Just put it there.
Yeah.
Put it there.
Yeah. So, if you're a political candidate, let me give you a piece of advice. Doing the whole spray painting of the orange face and the obviously fake carpet rug you call a hairdo is probably not a good look. And instead of alienating all of those around you, you should probably listen to the populace to see what they actually want. Yeah. Is that good consumer advice?
Yeah, you heard it, Biden. Listen to those wise words.
Exactly. If you've heard one really old man, you haven't heard them all. Listen to the other one.
Can't wait for their album to come out.
Oh, yeah.
Trump and Biden sing the blues.
Kumbaya, my lord. Oh, I'm really tired, So,
you thank the team and all that kind of shit.
That's a good idea. Who's on the team tonight? Well, we've got CF Beauty. Y'all know her as Annette now as well, because she's hosting our new Sunday morning show, Beyond the Headlines. It's an excellent show. Today's guests were amazing. It's a really good watch. Go check it out. You will not be disappointed. We've also got BME in the chat here. We got Shayna Caldwell, who fills in for CF now on the Shills account, because, well, you got to do these things properly. We got Crazy Cat. We got Janine Terblanche, and we've got the Kraut, because not everything can go the way you want. And we got to give a big shout out to all of our donators towards our fundraiser today for Annette's guests, the Ray of Light group. They have an amazing thing going on. You know what? This is how prepared I am. Give me 1 second here. I'm not quite as prepared as I want.
You're never as prepared as you want.
Well, I'm trying here. But here's their link, and you can head on over and you can donate a bit. And they have this system going on with these solar panels that go into battery packs that are based on Tesla packs. And you can have lighting. You can charge your cell phone. And they're only charging $125 American per unit. And that includes getting it into Ukrainian hands.
That seems remarkably cheap.
I couldn't understand how it works, but then we found out that they're a big church group, just like Greg Terry and stuff, and then it all made sense because nobody's getting a dollar. They're just simply buying the parts and shipping it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So you got the link there. Can I get it in again before we kick out? Stop scrolling chat. There we go. Okay.
And thanks everybody for all the super chats and everything for tonight, and just for the shits and giggles on the show, and allowing Dick Dawson to go and buy a massive pizza, whatever he's going to get for Felix. But yeah, thank you everybody.
All right. And remember, there's an old rule in Canada. If your partner doesn't find you handsome or beautiful, they should at least find you handy. So if you're not good in the sheets, learn how to fix a drain, right?
Same thing.
I'm hitting the button. Fuck all this. Good night, everybody.
Oh, you want sexual advice from me? Just come back next week and we'll just talk talk sexual advice. How to please your woman in bed or in the sink. Doesn't matter, same place.
Did you blow that plug up properly? Tune in tomorrow to make sure you do.
Stay shilly, you buggers.
Good night, everybody.